What is up, you beautiful happy hustlers out there? Cary Jack here, and I hope you're having an amazing day. I mean it, just enjoying this very moment right here and right now, baby. And in this episode of the Happy Hustle Podcast, I'm talking about COVID. All right. And for the record, my fiance and myself most likely had it. Steph, I know, had it because she got tested, but I'm pretty certain I had it. And I want to talk about the remedies and healing tips that I used to overcome it. It took about 7 days. Right now, as I record this, I'm about 10 days from when I was exposed. And I want to share with you some of the things that I did to improve my immunity and to overcome it. I'm not a doctor. This is not, legit technical medical advice, but I will just tell you holistically, some of the things I've done, and then some of the things I took, and then some of the different remedies in this episode, because let's face it, it's going around. You probably, if you haven't gotten already, will probably get it. And you just need to be prepared. You don't need to be living in fear. You just need to be prepared. And so these are the things that I did. And hopefully they can help someone out there listening who might get it as well. So without further ado, let's dive in after this quick message from this episode's sponsor. Real quick, guys, I just want to give a shout out to Therasage, who actually is one of the remedies that I used to beat COVID. By beat it, I mean just overcome it. I mean, it's not like it kind of beat me and by just the fact that I got it. But one of the things that I used was my Therasage Thera O3 ozone module and my Therasage portable and affordable sauna. So this is a sauna that I sat in every single day when I didn't have a fever. And it helped me, burn calories and decrease the inflammation and get that positive and powerful infrared red light therapy to my body, to my skin. And it was really helpful. I could feel it actually working inside my body. And it was one of those things that I know helped me. So that is also a good news for you, because you actually get the hookup for listening to this episode and to listening to this podcast. If you wanted one of these saunas, you can go to caryjack.com/Therasage. And there you'll see they have this awesome deal for a whole health essentials bundle. So it comes with a sauna. It comes with the ozone module that I mentioned that I used, water pitcher, and it comes with these EMF holograms. So it's really a powerful stack if you are, God forbid, infected with the Rona. It's a powerful stack to have on hand. So I recommend it just for overall health, but definitely if you did get the Rona. So, all right, check it out. caryjack.com/Therasage. Now let's get back to this episode. All right, guys, we are back with this episode all on COVID, baby. And these are some remedies and some healing tips. And first of all, I'll just tell you how I got it, which, okay, I live in Montana. Montana is very open and free. Let's just say that we appreciate our rights out here. And there's not much in regards to mask mandates or vaccine mandates. I think Montana was the first state that actually banned mandatory vaccines in the workplace. So obviously it's very pro-choice in terms of you do what you want and freedom reigns supreme. So what happened was my buddy was fighting in an MMA tournament, and we went to go watch him fight, Steph, myself, and another couple, Dave and Julie. And, we went to this convention center. There was probably 500 people inside this convention center. It was somewhat small of a convention center, so they were packed in there. And we proceeded to have some drinks, watch some MMA fights. My buddy kicked ass and got a rear naked choke in like the first 40 seconds of his fight. But I was talking to some of the fighters. I was talking to him. I was talking to a bunch of friends I know there. And I came home Not much. Didn't think anything much of it. You know, we that was Saturday night. And then Sunday, I drove to Red Lodge, where my dad's ranch is, and I helped him. I fixed fence on the property, was working. Next day was Monday. I was fixing fence, chainsawing wood. You know, we had to move the horses, so we had to basically relocate this fence line. And I was working hard. You know, it was manual labor, but I didn't feel great. I knew I felt a little bit off. Um, and what happened was I was holding the chainsaw and I was chopping down this tree that fell on the fence to clear it away from it. And I got a little lightheaded, got a little dizzy. And so I put the chainsaw down because, you know, chainsawing and lightheadedness is not probably a best combo. So I said, yeah, Dad, probably going to wrap it up for today, which, you know, that's not usually what happens. The work gets done at all costs. But I said, yeah, I really don't feel that great. So then Monday, I got some fevers and chills. Monday night was a rough sleep. The next day, fevers and chills. I felt my energy get zapped a little bit. So this was probably about 3 days after exposure. And then it kind of went on for another day or so, just fatigued. Thursday, I actually drove back to my place in Bozeman to be with Steph, my fiance, and she started to feel some symptoms as well. And she worked on this Wrangler commercial. And so she had to get tested for that because she didn't want to infect anyone there. And she then found out that she was positive, which means I probably am positive too. At the time, didn't know, but I was like, all right, well, that makes sense. My taste and smell were definitely, you know, not like they usually are. And yeah, we were just fatigued. The energy was real low. This went on for probably the weekend. You know, we kind of laid around, just relaxed. And now here I am. It's Wednesday. It's about 10 days after my initial exposure, and I'm starting to regain my energy. My taste, my smell's a little off still, and I have some chest congestion and some coughing, but that's basically kind of what happened. I know I'm not 100 yet, even just recording this episode. I know I'm not 100, but I'm just trying to keep it real and be transparent with you guys, like the overarching journey of what happened. And, you know, maybe I can share with you now some of the things that I did to help myself. But that's kind of like how the COVID took place and the journey. Now, I know people who've had a lot worse experience. I know people who have had no symptoms. You know, I think it's very dependent on your blood type. I also believe it's your comorbidities and if you have any or if you don't. And I also think your immune system plays a big role. So I take care of myself quite regularly and eat right and exercise often, and am doing cold therapy and, you know, hot saunas, and I take care of myself. So, and I'm taking vitamins, and that I think also helped me overcome it in a more expedited fashion. But here are some of the things that I did in addition to just resting and just letting it take its course. So one of the things initially that I did was hyperhydrate, make sure my body was had a lot of fluids and electrolytes. We were taking Pedialyte with immunity. It had vitamin B, vitamin C, zinc, and vitamin E inside this Pedialyte. I was also taking vitamin D3 with K2 at least twice a day. I was also taking sea kelp with iodine, B complex. I took raw zinc, Vira Attack by Herb Farm, omega 3, and fish oil. Osha lungwort was really good for my lungs and my throat. That's a natural herb. Severe cold and chest, and then vitamin C with rose hips. I was doing a sinus fluid flush with oregano. And then I was taking silver, melatonin. Actually, I didn't take melatonin, but Steph took some, and magnesium every single day. We also had fresh green juice, and I also get meals delivered by Fresh and Lean. And so we were eating those meals. In addition, I did take some ivermectin. and I did get Chinese herbs. These are from a professional Chinese herbalist that has saved my life probably, and Steph and my mom's and my brother's multiple times over. She's world renowned in China, and she lives in Florida. And so when anything ever goes down, I give her a call. She looks at my tongue. She looks at my skin tone. I take pictures of my mouth where a lot of this information can be transferred to an herbalist who can understand, what your body needs. And she puts together this proprietary blend. This then was expedited from my mom in Florida overnight to myself and Steph. And we've been on this Chinese herb protocol ever since. And we'll be taking these for 3 weeks. I think they're about, $100 a bottle, and we got 3 bottles each. So, this is not cheap, but I'm trying to just share with you everything that we did that was working. I did not take much ivermectin. Just for the record, I took, I think, about like maybe 20 milligrams, and you're supposed to take like 20 milligrams in one day, or based on your body weight. But I just had some from Grant, my brother, left over, so I just took a couple. And I do think out of everything I did, the saunas were a game changer. I could feel the difference after doing the infrared saunas. And I know I mentioned it a little bit in the episode ad, but this is definitely something that I would recommend if you don't have a fever. Now, if you have a fever, don't get in the sauna. You don't want to overheat your body temperature. But this sauna, especially when I didn't have a fever, it really helped move things along in my body. Stretching regularly, doing some Tai Chi. And then another big important way and remedy and healing like tip that I can give you is positive self-talk. I would tell myself in the mirror, you're so healthy, you're strong, and you will overcome. And I went through these mantras that was training my subconscious and my body, my brain, to help counteract this virus. Now, with that being said, I will just mention, all the things we were doing and still are doing just to maintain a healthy lifestyle. It is interesting to see a virus of this nature, firsthand, and its effects, because it was very, it was very much a soul sucking and energy zapping virus, meaning my soul felt different. Like my mindset, my brain was compromised. I've had fog, brain fog. I had even my positive perspective on life was a little bit altered, and I could tell. I was almost like second guessing some of my decisions, especially with business and with just like the urgency that I normally operate with. This was interesting to have that compromised. The second thing was your energy. You really feel your energy being drained in that fatigue and that achiness. So 3 really important takeaways that I want to go over real quick with you guys. Now, the first one, you really don't value your health fully until it is compromised. I've always appreciated great health. Yes, I work for it, but I've been blessed. I know I have solid genetics, and I have all my fingers and my toes, and I can breathe, and I could run, and I could jump, and I can train martial arts, and I can do things with my body. I appreciate all those things, but then I found a new appreciation, a deeper appreciation from getting the Rona, and then basically not having my health at peak performance. So it was interesting to really value my health. Even when my buddies Joey from Bioptimizers said, yeah, you really don't appreciate health until it's gone. And I was like, yeah, man, it's so true. That is, just something to consider right now. If you have great health, appreciate it, really value it. If you don't have great health, well, let's work to get it to where you can be. Having this health, optimized, it's not a like elective thing. It needs to be a non-negotiable for you. especially in the case that maybe it does come in contact with the virus like COVID. You want to be prepared. You want to be ready to take it on. So that was my first takeaway. The second takeaway is energy is everything. And you really must give yourself and your cells the best opportunity to produce energy. Mitochondria specifically is the powerhouse energy cells. We need to help your body, my body, everyone's body create more mitochondria production and overall increase your energy. Nothing works unless you do, and you cannot work unless you have energy. I realized how important energy was when I didn't have it. Right. I was like, oh my gosh, I went up the stairs. I'm out of breath. I'm like, yeah, this is crazy. I would go up and down these stairs 1,000 times and I would, wouldn't feel nothing. Maybe not 1,000, I'd probably be tired. But let's just say 10. Okay. Not one. One time I was, and it's interesting to see your body so fatigued and so energetically drained. So just realize energy is everything. I would stand in the sunlight and just soak up the sun's powerful energy. And I could feel that infusing my body with powerful vitamin D and powerful energy from the sun. So I definitely recommend that. And other than that, just like taking, things that give you energy. Carbohydrates are good for energy. Healthy juice and healthy foods, protein. I also got off coffee completely. I didn't drink coffee for like 8 days. I didn't even have a taste for it, nor could I taste anyway. And I didn't have protein or anything. All I had are like protein powders. I just was eating. Actually, I didn't eat that much. I probably lost about 5 pounds. But I did definitely do my best to put like energetic substances in my body. And that was really helpful to make sure that I'm giving my body the best nutrients and ingredients to help it heal. So that's the second takeaway. Energy is everything. The first one obviously was you really don't value your health until it's compromised. And then the third takeaway, this one, it's big. Rest. You got to sleep. You got to make sure you are sleeping. If you don't sleep, your body is really going to have a hard time combating any virus, any illness, any sickness. And same goes for even if you're just healthy, you have to focus on sleep. A couple of things I did was, one, get off tech 60 minutes before bed. The second thing, two, wear blue blockers and, protect my eyes against the toxic blue light. 3, definitely dose magnesium. Magnesium is one of those supplements that it is so underappreciated, and over 80% of people in the world are deficient in magnesium. And the one I recommend for everyone is Magnesium Breakthrough by Bioptimizers. I was taking at least 3 of those a night, and that was such a game changer. You guys actually get the hookup by using code HAPPY. So HAPPY. If you go to bioptimizers.com and go to the Magnesium Breakthrough, you can save yourself some money on those bottles. That was really important. There's also melatonin. I was taking some CBD as well. Helps with inflammation. And then, just hyperhydrating about 2 hours before bed, and then not drinking much water before, so you can sleep through and don't have to get up for the bathroom. So that is very important, sleep. And then just honorable mention in terms of takeaways, just give yourself grace, give your body grace. That was something I had to remember too, because I'm in the middle of my book launch and I got a bunch of things going on with the business and with my life. And I was like, oh my gosh, nothing really matters, nor can I actually work on any of these things right now. So I had to give myself grace and just realize, hey, it's going to pass, but right now I can't be as productive as I want to. And you got to give yourself grace and just accept what is right now and realize your health is a priority. So that's pretty much the run through that I wanted to mention for this COVID edition of the Happy Hustle podcast. Now, I hope this was beneficial for you guys. I kind of ran through those vitamins pretty quickly. You can always listen to it again. I was also taking a couple of other things. But, at the end of the day, like, I know Joe Rogan got the Rona and he got like NAD drips and vitamin IVs and he got ivermectin and all these, he had all these protocols, and I was going to get vitamin IVs. But I didn't necessarily feel the need. So this is kind of a way you can look at this as like, instead of the Ferrari of beating COVID, this would be like, the Dodge Ram. Okay, my protocol. It's the workhorse of the protocols, but this is something that you can use, or at least pull from some of these things that can really help you and hopefully your family and your loved ones. And it's also just a good remembrance for me to run through what all I did and to have it documented on this podcast, just in case we need it again. But these are some of the things that helped overcome the Rona, and these are some of the remedies and the healing tips that I would recommend. So once again, disclaimer, not a doctor, nor do I claim to be, just reporting to you what I did that was effective for me. Don't take this as legal medical advice. And I just want to help you. I want to help others. And obviously this helped me. So I just wanted to share these with you guys. So hopefully this is valuable. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM, or you could shoot my team an email at hello@thehappyhustle.com. And I'd be happy to help expand upon or share any of this stuff with you. So, all right, y'all. I hope this was somewhat entertaining as well as educational, but regardless, protect yourself, value your health, and get out there and happy hustle your dream reality. Full that passion, that purpose, and that positive impact. All right, y'all. Peace and love. I'm out.